What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Before I start this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you click the links in the description down below and follow me on all my social media accounts. Also, I do have the Country Kids Playhouse channel linked in the description down below as well. Also, make sure you go to your settings on your phone and make sure that you are allowing YouTube to send you notifications. So let's get right into this video. So I have been doing a lot of work, y'all. I've been here, I've been there, I've been traveling there, I've been traveling here, and you guys haven't even seen half of it. So what I'm gonna start doing is just letting you guys see everything, like every single thing. That'll be so much content for me and definitely so much content for y'all. Don't too much pay attention to the views, y'all, okay? I know a lot of y'all are concerned about my views. It's fine, okay? Like I said before, it's about memories for me this time around, because hey, I'm getting older, everybody's getting older, and like I said before, we will not be here forever. So my goal is to make as many memories as I can every day. Some days I will not feel like putting a camera in front of my face. That's fine too, but hey, it is what it is. So I will be uploading prank videos on my Facebook with me and my children. I will be doing a lot of mommy content, and I will be doing a lot of hey, relationship content as well. No, I will not be doing that content with me and someone else, but like, for example, Shakina, I think this was sometime last week, definitely last week, she sent me a message on Snapchat and she said, what all did it take for you to heal? So I decided to do a video about it. I will be breaking it down into different parts, and this is only from my experience. Everybody have their own different experience when it comes to like healing and stuff like that. So I'm only gonna speak from my standpoint, my previous relationships, and so forth. To be honest with you, I do not like doing videos like this at all, because to me, that is, for some people, that's a sign that you have not healed. But I am a firm believer that God didn't allow me to go through those things if he did not want me to come back and help somebody out. So I have 64,000 subscribers. I probably get roughly 5,000-6,000 views off of this video at the end of the month. So if I can hit at least one person, then I've helped that somebody out. So the question was, what all did it take for you to heal? So I'm gonna be transparent with you. I'm still healing, okay? I have days where I sit here and I think about things that went wrong, and I get upset again. But what I keep reminding myself is that I will not continue to let the internet keep seeing me be upset over something that I had no control over. So in a relationship, when two people come together, it's your personality being meshed with that other person's personality. And so in the Bible, it does talk about being equally yoked. So a part of being equally yoked is you have to find someone that meshes with you. And I think that the people that because it's like a magnet. That's the best way I can put it. The people that I attach myself to, or I would say allowed to attach themselves to me, we were not equally yoked. So I came into it with pure intentions. Didn't want anything from the individuals except for love. I wanted a family. I got kids out of it, but as you guys can see, I am a single mother of 4. And when I think about certain scenarios that play in my head and whatever the case is, I get upset because I never wanted to be a black woman that was a single mother. Like, a lot of it does play into the way that I think. A lot of it does play into the way that men think. Men will pretend very well, and they will knock you up knowing that they don't really have any intentions of ever marrying you. It's just a fun night for them, or a fun day, or whatever the case is. A fun time until the next person comes along that has a little bit more than you or appears to look a little bit better than you, and then they go on about their business. And somewhere in there, we as women, we get talked about as being a single struggling woman. And that's any race. My landlord is a Caucasian lady, and she has 3 baby daddies as well. But it's not a common thing in the other race. You get what I'm saying? Like, yes, they do have multiple baby daddies, but it's not as shined upon as often as if you were a black woman. So I've been married twice because I used to be demanding, like, hey, we've been together 2 years. By now, if you don't realize that you see me as your wife, then you have to basically, if you don't realize by now that I'm your wife, or you see me as your wife, then you gotta go. And out of that fear, they would propose. They would marry me. And the marriage will be in an uproar. So I realized that you can't force anybody to marry you, because it was still in, and it's still frowned upon. If I had 4 different marriages, it would still be like, okay, well, what are you doing wrong? So in my relationships after that, I tried not to pressure them as much. I would listen to them say, one day I'm going to marry you, and I would just sit and wait for that day. But the reality of it was, I wasn't ready for marriage either. And it would have just been another failed marriage to whoever I had decided to marry, you know, whatever the case may be. So I would say this, for me, it's just constant accepting what it is. You are a single mother of 4. You do have children by multiple men, regardless of the fact that you were married to one of them. That doesn't matter. You are a black woman. You are a single black mother of 4 kids, multiple fathers. So accepting, I would say, is number 1. Accepting. But don't let that be your title. And I'm realizing that too, because things could very well much change. God may send me my husband, and he will accept all of my kids like his. And I done went from a single mother of 4 to now I'm married, and that's no longer my title. So definitely do not accept those titles. Yeah, accept it in your mind. Like, and while you're in your situation, yes, this does not look good. And then it's like you start holding resentment towards the people that it didn't work out with in your relationship. Because even though you know that you were genuine, like your goal was marriage and to have kids and the big house, and you know, like to really have that family life going on. Which brings me to my next thing. 1, acceptance that where you're at right now is where you're at. Nobody can change that but you. But that's definitely not your story, so don't give yourself that title. Yes, you are a single mother of however many kids, but that's not going to be your story forever. Like, things change every single day. You can be broke today, rich tomorrow, broke next week. So, secondly, I would say, looking yourself in the mirror. Like, and that's hard to do because that requires change. And anytime you've been doing something for so long, that change hurts. And it hurts really, really, really bad. Because you have to look yourself in the mirror, and you can't keep pointing fingers at the men that it didn't work out with. Like, at some point you have to look at yourself like, do you really love yourself? Because if you did, why would you even stay with somebody that's, you know for a fact, didn't care about you? You knew for a fact you were just a placeholder. You knew for a fact that they didn't really see a future with you. So what is it about you that makes you accept the bare minimum from men. And when you start tapping into you and why you think the way that you think, it's gonna be hurtful. It's gonna be painful. You may cry. That's fine. Cry, let it out. You know what I'm saying? Cry as many days as you want to. But eventually there has to be a stopping point. Crying is healing. God really does hear our tears whenever we cry. And like I said, I'm only speaking to you guys based off of my own experience. I'm not a therapist, as you guys can see. My life has just been an open book to everybody. And that was because of me. Because I was hurting in the inside. Based off of, from my perspective of being done wrong by men that really didn't care about me. That just kept pulling me down. And didn't want to see me excel. So they did everything that they could. And I allowed it. Guess God opened and closes the wombs from a spiritual standpoint, but we open and close from a flesh. So I did not have to lay down with you and have sex with you just because I was in a relationship with you. I should have made you respect me enough to wait until you put a ring on my finger. Yes, it still could have went south, but saying that I was in 3 marriages sounds a lot better than I had kids by multiple men that was not, which I only have kids by 2 men that I didn't marry, but that's still besides the point. The point is, people will do what you allow them to do. And if you allow someone to come in your life and tear you down and break you down and change you, that's what will happen. And it is just a reality of, hey, I was not as strong as I appeared to be on the surface. People have internally battles. So when you deal with those internally battles, that's where the hurt comes from. Because on the outside, it really does look like, and even now, it looks like I'm having it all together. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But it's painful. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, it is painful. Even me putting together a baby crib was painful because I always imagined doing stuff like that with my husband. And I have a daughter now. So I had this vision in my mind. And it's not painful that the relationship failed. It's painful because I realized that I allowed myself to fail in that relationship. And let me even break that down to you. It's a reminder of what I accepted. The bare minimum. And it's a reminder that I have children who I have failed. Even before they even came along. I never knew Fortune was going to be here. I never knew baby Drake was going to be here. But they're here. Now God opens and closes the womb. So obviously he wants this to be my story. He knew that I had parts of me that was weak. Maybe even for a man. I don't know. Maybe I was longing for that family that I've always wanted. But your kids is your family. And that's what I'm realizing, y'all. But that's what I'm realizing. Like, I don't have to go seek a family anymore. My children are my family. So, my kids are my family. Create those memories with your family. And I'm not going to say that guys don't try to talk to me. And like I said, it's so easy to get a man. It's so easy to get a woman. But it's very easy to get a man because men requires sex. That's all they think about 24/7 is sex, okay? Women is wired a little differently. But a woman can sleep with anybody she wants to. Any man that she wants to because a man needs sex. For a woman, that's not really the case. And if it is the case, she has some type of childhood trauma going on with maybe, some type of sexual abuse in her childhood or whatever the case may be. I can snap my finger and a man will appear in my video. But time is non-refundable, okay? Everybody does not deserve to be in a relationship with you. And I had to tell myself that Everybody does not deserve to have my body. Everybody does not deserve to be around my children, to be in my presence. That's a privilege. You have to prove yourself to me now. I will no longer go off of words. I've went off of words. I've accepted the bare minimum. And then I've watched the people that I've accepted the bare minimum from give somebody else way more than me. And I put in more time, more energy, more effort, more work, more all of that. So when it comes to healing, accept things that did not work out. It's fine. That's okay. It's going to work out somewhere else. But it's only going to work out somewhere else when you're able to identify, number 2, facing yourself in the mirror and you taking full accountability. It's not about what they did to you. You allowed it. You have to figure out, why did you allow this to happen? Why did you feel like it was okay to get called out your name? Why did you feel like it was okay for you to get abused? Why did you feel like it was okay to lay down with somebody that did not put a ring on your finger? Why did you feel like it was okay to keep accepting them breaking up with you, going back, breaking up with you, going back, breaking up with you, going back? Like, you have to get to the root issue of that. And what I'm trying to say is, you're never going to be able to heal until you accept that. And it's going to be painful. I'm looking at myself in the mirror every day. And I'm slowly taking steps back to, I'm slowly taking these steps of rebuilding. Because I don't even want to be the person that I was before I allowed everything that went on. Because I didn't know who I was. I didn't have the knowledge. And living in a fairy tale, living in a fairy tale world, I will say this world is not for dummies at all. And if you think being nice is going to attract you nice people attract the most evilest people in the world. So you have to create boundaries. And when you learn you, when the next person come along, I promise you, because I shut men down right today, because I'm learning myself, I'm healing myself, I'm not going to accept just anybody into my life because I'm bored and I'm lonely. I've done that, and look where it has gotten me. I have done things out of boredom because constantly feeling like a mother, and you want to feel beautiful again, young again, especially after having kids. And my youngest child is 10 months, in case you guys did not know, if you're new to the channel. And as soon as someone gives you a little bit of attention, you grab it. And no, that is not how it is. You have to weed out those bad guys. And yes, it does take a lot of us longer to grasp of what we want in a relationship and what we don't want in a relationship, which is why I talk to Cam now. Don't you ever let a woman call you out your name. She doesn't respect you. And I teach him opposite too. Don't you ever call a woman out her name. That means that you don't respect her, and that's the ultimate disrespect. So I'm gonna keep continuing doing videos like this because I do feel like I do have a lot of testimonies, and this video is not to make anybody in my past look bad. I'm over that, and that's another sign of healing. I don't have the desire to get on here and spaz out anymore. Like, it's dead and it's over with. I've done all of that. What I'm focused on now is just rebuilding. And it may look like it's not working for me on YouTube right now or any of my other platforms, but that's fine. When you rebuild something, it's going to take time. Like, Texas wasn't built overnight, okay? Texas is the biggest state in the United States, and it was not built overnight, okay? It wasn't even built in 5 years. Like, it takes time. I'm pretty sure if you keep driving, you're going to see construction somewhere. And you're going to be like, dang, y'all was just, it's 6 months and y'all still ain't got this road fixed or this bridge fixed. It takes time. I'm okay with where I'm at right now.